The mining station on Kepler 442c had been Adam's home for 3 years, a solitary existence among the red rocks and twin suns. As the only human technician on the remote outpost, he'd grown accustomed to the silence, broken only by the hum of atmospheric processors and the occasional comm chatter from Earth. That changed the day he found her. Adam was conducting routine maintenance on the perimeter sensors when he heard it, a sound that didn't belong to the mechanical symphony of his isolated world. Following the distress call through the canyon, he discovered a small figure trapped beneath the wreckage of what appeared to be an escape pod. She was unlike anything he'd ever seen. Humanoid in shape but ethereally beautiful, with silver-blue skin that seemed to shimmer in the alien sunlight, and large, luminous eyes the color of deep space. Her limbs were pinned beneath twisted metal, and strange symbols glowed weakly along her arms, some kind of technological interface built into her very biology. "Hey, it's okay," Adam said softly, approaching with his hands visible. "I'm going to help you." The alien girl, she couldn't have been more than 20 in human years, looked up at him with a mixture of fear and hope. When she spoke, her voice was melodic, but the words were incomprehensible. Adam worked for hours, carefully using his plasma torch and mechanical lifters to free her from the wreckage. She watched him with growing curiosity as he shared his water ration and used his emergency medical kit to treat her injuries, despite not knowing her physiology. "Adam," he said, pointing to himself. Then he gestured to her questioningly. "Maheen," she replied, her voice like wind chimes. Over the next few days, Adam nursed Maheen back to health in his small habitat module. Communication came slowly, pointing, gesturing, shared meals. He learned she was fascinated by his simple kindnesses. The way he insisted she take the more comfortable sleeping alcove, how he shared his limited food supplies without hesitation, the gentle care he showed when changing her bandages. Maheen seemed equally amazed by human technology and human behavior. She watched in wonder as Adam jury-rigged a universal translator from mining equipment components, working tirelessly to bridge their communication gap. When it finally worked, her first translated words were, "Why do you help me? I am nothing to your kind." "Because it's the right thing to do," Adam replied simply. "Where I come from, we don't abandon people in need." Through halting conversations, Adam learned that Maheen was from a matriarchal species called the Zephyrians. She had been fleeing an arranged bonding ceremony with a cruel male from a neighboring clan when her ship malfunctioned. Her people believed her dead and she couldn't return home without bringing dishonor to her family. "Stay here as long as you need," Adam offered. "This place isn't much, but it's safe." Maheen's eyes filled with what Adam could only interpret as tears. "Your species, they are all like this?" Adam chuckled. "We have our problems, trust me, but most humans believe in helping others when we can." On the 7th day, everything changed. Adam was outside checking the solar collectors when the sky darkened with ships, not the sleek vessels of the mining consortium, but organic-looking craft that seemed grown rather than built. They landed in perfect formation around his habitat, and from them emerged the most formidable group Adam had ever encountered. 50 Zephyrian women, each one tall, athletic, and radiating an authority that made Adam's knees weak. They wore form-fitting armor that seemed to be made of the same biotech material as their ships, and carried weapons that hummed with barely contained energy. At their head walked a woman who could only be royalty. Her silver-blue skin bore intricate patterns of light that pulsed with each heartbeat, and a crown of what looked like living crystal adorned her head. When she spoke, her voice carried the weight of absolute command. "I am Empress Zalara of the Zephyrian Dominion. You harbor our lost daughter." Adam's mouth went dry, but he stood his ground. "If you mean Maheen, she's free to go whenever she chooses. I'm not holding her prisoner." The Empress studied him with eyes that seemed to see through his soul. "You are the human called Adam. Our daughter has told us much about you through quantum link." Before Adam could ask what that meant, Maheen emerged from the habitat. She wore her own bioarmor now, looking every inch the alien princess she apparently was. But when she looked at Adam, her expression was soft with affection. "Mother," Maheen said in perfect English. When had she learned that? This is the human I told you about. The one who saved me. Empress Zilara stepped forward and Adam fought the urge to back away. Adam of Earth, she said formally, you have shown kindness to our daughter when you could have ignored her plight. You shared your resources when you had little to spare. You treated her with respect when she was powerless. The Empress gestured and two of her warriors brought forward an ornate chest. In our culture, such debt can only be repaid in one of two ways. Either you name your price, wealth, technology, territory, or, Adam managed. Maheen stepped closer, her bioluminescent markings pulsing brighter. Or you accept the offer of bonding, not just with me, but with our entire warrior caste. Humans are rare in this galaxy, and rarer still are those who show such honor. Adam's head spun. What exactly are you offering? The Empress smiled, and it transformed her stern features into something surprisingly warm. Alliance, young human. Your species has qualities we have long sought: compassion, innovation, stubborn refusal to abandon the helpless. We offer you a place among us and through you, a bridge between our peoples. She paused, studying his stunned expression. Though I suspect my daughter hopes you will accept for more personal reasons. Maheen's skin flushed a deeper blue, but she didn't deny it. You showed me that strength isn't just about power, Adam. It's about choosing to help others even when it costs you something. That's a very human trait, and it's attractive. Adam looked around at the assembled warriors, then at the vast alien landscape that had been his prison for 3 years. Finally, his gaze settled on Maheen, whose luminous eyes held hope and something deeper. Well, he said slowly, I guess I always did want to see the stars. The cheer that went up from 50 Zephyrian warriors probably echoed across 3 star systems, and as Adam found himself swept into embraces by beings who could probably bench press a shuttlecraft, he reflected that sometimes the simplest human impulse, to help someone in need, could change the entire course of galactic history, even if he still wasn't entirely sure what he'd just agreed to.